this is going to turn out terrible. We'll see.
Well, you already came up with it.
Oh, yeah. He went to film school and I know nothing. So that's the premise of this podcast.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Hello. How are you doing today? I'm very blunt. I don't really give
Yeah, I went to film school and she knows nothing. What?
I know everything that you don't.
That's perfect. I love it. Hey, guys. What's...
Should we do this?
You manifested that. You were like, I'm going to choke on popcorn. And then here I am choking on popcorn.
Okay. So that was our first introduction. We should really practice that.
No, I like it. You know, it makes us look real. We're real people.
We are?
Well,
we're not just fake characters that we sometimes act sometimes.
No.
I'm not Alexa that people scream at on the side of the street. Alexa, do this for me. Alexa, do that. My name is Alexa, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself.
Alexa, play Despacito.
I got that a few times at the bar quite often.
Oh.
Yeah, like when it was like the main like song of the summer, Despacito.
Oh my gosh.
I got yelled at that a lot.
That's great.
A lot.
Love that.
It was fun. It was very fun.
But yes, that's Alexa. I'm Hunter. And we're going to be chatting it up on this podcast about movies, TV shows, different things of that nature, whatever comes out, I guess.
We are Dakbuster podcast. If that doesn't remind you of something, then you have a problem.
Yeah.
And you can't put 2 and 2 together.
No, and that does usually equal 4.
Sure? Film student?
I did go to film school, so math was not my strong suit.
I mean, the university I went to didn't sort me any better. I mean, I was a finance student, but I mean, I wouldn't be trusting me with any of your stocks.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Exactly. But you want to tell everyone what you did with your popcorn today?
I didn't do anything. It's part of the set.
Yeah. Okay. He's that person in the movie theater that drops popcorn.
Oh, I am. I'm also the guy in the movie theater that puts the like empty containers of like snacks under the seat. Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah.
That is so like, I hate those people.
They're getting paid. It's fine.
That is so rude.
Hey,
beyond belief.
They just go through with a little broom and they go sweep, sweep.
But
you know?
You're the reason I have like anxiety going into the movie theater. Like, it's so like
dirty?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's not my fault. That's the sweeper after the show. Doesn't do a good job.
Well, if you wouldn't just throw your food on the ground.
Well, it's not like I go in thinking like, oh, I'm going to ruin this person's day. You know, I'm so invested in the movie on the screen that I'm like, here I go.
Yeah, you know, I haven't been to a movie theater in about 2 years.
I was just going to ask, what's the last movie you went to in the theaters?
Oh, my, you know what? I did go. It was during, not this last summer, the summer before, and I went to see Cruella de Vil.
Oh, in theaters.
Yeah, my aunt took me, and it's a very old movie theater. She took my brother's girlfriend and I to a movie theater, and it's a very old movie theater. All got redone and updated, and it was reclining seats, it's heated. But beforehand, it was always a cold movie theater, so I went into Walmart, got a hoodie, a blanket, walked all in to be like bundled up, and I get in there, heated seats. Heated seats.
I've never had heated seats at a movie theater.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
That's bougie.
It's like the best like movie experience ever is the heated seats.
That's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I've never experienced that, and I wish I could.
I mean, it was probably the best like movie theater experience I've ever had in my life. But really? Cruella de Vil was the
one with Emma Stone, right?
Oh, that one was phenomenal. Yeah. And like Emma Stone kind of knocked it out of the park. The premise, I will say, I think I actually came back to work and I told you that was one ending I didn't expect coming. I'm usually pretty good at like expecting movies.
Have a little bit of a plot twist there.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, if this podcast is going to say spoilers, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, you should just not listen to us.
Or watch the movie and then come back.
Yeah, there's that option too, or just not listen.
Because I don't care, honestly. A lot of the movies we're going to talk about are movies and things that probably have been out for a minute. So if you haven't seen them by now, it's your own fault, really.
Or the new ones we recommend to you.
Yeah.
I got shushed today about a new movie I recommended.
Producers shushed you, not me.
Okay.
I didn't do it.
But
yeah. No, the last movie I went to in the theaters was Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, I want to see that. My mom just said they rented it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, have you not seen it yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't even seen the first Top Gun.
Oh my, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I haven't seen the first Top Gun.
You have homework to do.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Miles Teller fan.
Oh.
I mean, like,
yeah,
Taylor Swift casted him in that music video.
Which music video was Miles Teller in at first?
Better. Why can't I not think of the better than something? Better than something.
And you call yourself a Swiftie?
You know, I didn't really like that song out of all of them, but like, it's okay.
Taylor, that song canceled.
It's like okay.
Yeah.
I like the weird songs of Taylor Swift that no one liked, the underrated ones.
Yeah.
But everyone found out Enchanted by Taylor Swift, and now it's all over TikTok.
And now you're like, ugh.
Ugh.
Can't listen to it.
Yeah, it's my favorite song of all time.
Oh.
But yeah, Top Gun. How was it? I heard it's like a masterpiece. Like it's better than the first film.
Honestly, like I've seen it once in a theater and once just on a TV. And it's just as awesome on a TV. I gotta say, I mean, I loved it in the theater, obviously, because it's a movie made for the theater, but it's just so fun and it's so nostalgic and just has everything in it that it needed to be a perfect sequel to that franchise. Like, just, it was awesome. Tom, he's there. He has aged a little bit, but he's aged well because he should look a lot worse than he does. And he's jacked.
Yeah.
That man.
He does his own
I'll
stunts.
never have a body like that man.
Like at that age, doing your own stunts, like
hanging off of planes and stuff, and
at the
Mission
age
Impossible.
Of 25, I'm not jumping out of a plane anytime soon or ever. And he does.
And he's like always just flying planes and like jumping out of things and driving cars and doing whatever other action things that he does. He is allegedly the last. What are they calling him? Like the last Hollywood actor or whatever, major Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
What are they calling him? Whatever it is they're calling him.
I understand.
Because everybody's in like the streaming movies now.
Oh, like Blockbuster.
Yeah. Like he's like the last one. Tom Cruise is the only guy that can get people. But I would argue that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is kind of getting there too, because he's in like everything now.
He's in a lot of streaming though.
He is in a lot of streaming, but he's doing a little bit of both. Where I feel like Tom doesn't make movies for streaming, but all of his great classics end up on streaming.
You know who's gone over? Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, what's he doing nowadays?
Very controversial, but very good looking.
What's he doing?
I mean, it's one and the same.
Brad, he was married to Angelina.
Oh, no.
And they're in a legal battle.
Maybe we'll touch base on that some other time.
That relationship's wild. That started from a movie.
Team Jen or Team Ange?
Team Jen or Team Ange?
Yeah.
Like Jennifer
Aniston? Or
with him?
Or yeah,
Jennifer deserves better than Brad.
She does.
I'll say it.
She does. She's
I'll
one of
say
a kind.
It. Yeah. You know, Angelina, I can't decide if she's crazy and he's crazy and they're both just whack, or if he's actually like all the things that are being said about him and he's a very, very bad man.
You know that saying that crazy attracts crazy?
Yeah.
I wonder if down the line Jen would be like, maybe I'm in the crazy realm. Like, maybe I should distance myself.
Yeah.
Because I think crazy did attract crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
there is good crazy. Don't get me out there. I love a little bit of crazy in my life. Maybe not to the extent that they're publishing.
You adopt
right
like
now.
20 kids and like, say you're a big happy family and then like out of nowhere, divorce.
I mean, having a lot of kids,
that'll drive anyone crazy.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Oh.
Perfect example.
But more expensive by the 20.
It's okay. They're movie stars. They're fine.
Yeah, they don't care about prices. Really, God, they could just adopt 20 more and be totally financially stable.
Oh my goodness.
And buy them each a house, probably. Well, Angelina will definitely be able to buy each of those kids a house after this divorce goes through, but
yeah,
you know, lots of legal
Once
stuff.
That winery sale goes through, she'll be okay.
Ooh, it's fine, really. But anyways,
yes,
So we're going to be talking to you today about some of our favorite movies. Each episode we'll talk about some of our favorite movies. We'll be talking to you about some new things we've watched, some things you guys should watch, and whatever else, like that Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie conversation. Whatever comes up, comes up. So yeah, I guess we could start with some of our favorite childhood movies, since that's what we're talking about today. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Speaking of adoption.
Oh.
Help me.
Maybe.
I don't know why we did this.
Because it seemed good in theory.
It's gonna be a struggle every episode, isn't it?
Maybe.
Okay. Speaking of adoption, It Takes Two.
Oh.
And I still don't understand this premise of the movie. Like, was one of the girls adopted? Or like were they just two girls that looked alike? Or like was one given up for birth? They never address this in this movie.
Did they not? Oh.
No. It's not addressed. I think they're just two girls that look alike. And then like
really alike.
Yeah, really
like
alike.
Twins.
It Takes Two.
I thought they were like separated at birth or something.
Yeah. But you would think that they would say they'd be separated at birth, unless I'm totally forgetting this movie. I haven't watched it since I was like
I haven't either.
8. I don't know. I need to watch it again. My cousin just showed her daughter. And I'm like, oh, that's a cult classic.
Yeah.
It's like literally one of my favorite. I had a babysitter that had all the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. And she would bring them over each time we would watch them. And I'd watch them back to back to back. Like, literally, I was the girl that also, like, because I had an older cousin and my babysitters were older. They were obsessed with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yeah.
I was a couple years too young to be, like, obsessed with them. But because of them, I just was obsessed with all their movie stuff.
Makes sense.
So when I was watching Full House, I didn't know that was the Olsen
You
twins
didn't
in
know?
it. I was the age of like 5, and I
mean, at the age of 5, I didn't care who Mary-Kate or Ashley was.
No, but they were adults to me. Well, they were teenagers.
Yeah.
But the little girls, and all of a sudden I popped up on screen. I learned to read in kindergarten, and Mary-Kate and Ashley popped on screen. I called my mom over. I'm like, oh my god, it's Mary-Kate and Ashley. Oh, that's great. And she's like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, no.
No?
No one's informed me they were in Full House. Then I became obsessed with Full House.
Gosh, no, my sister really liked Mary-Kate and Ashley. My sister's older, so she's
the demographic.
Yeah, and she had all of their VHS tapes and movies and stuff. So I remember like vividly watching. They had like a sleepover, like a slumber party VHS where they like had music and stuff. It's like one of the You're Invited Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, and I remember watching that one, and I really enjoyed it as a young boy.
You really got screwed over with the sister route, didn't you?
I mean, I watched anything and everything just to try and be like my sister's best friend. She hated me, but
I mean, I dressed my brother up in a dress. I have 2 younger brothers, so I mean, like,
Brianna and I
was
did that
Ashley
a lot.
And Noah was Mary-Kate.
I can't wait for that to get out there.
It's fine.
No.
I think I posted a picture on my Instagram.
Oh my
Alexa
god, that's
K.
great. Oh, a little plug.
Just a little plug.
Go follow.
Yeah, go follow. It's not very interesting, but you will see my brother in a dress.
Oh,
if that's any like consolation. That's great. Yep.
That's great.
Happy birthday.
No, that's a great movie. What made you choose this one for your childhood
when
fave?
You're like little. This isn't my all-time childhood video, but it's the one that like kind of pulls at the heartstring. There's one that's actually my all-time favorite movie that is probably my all-time favorite video, but I'm pretty sure our all-time favorite movie we'll talk about some other time.
Yeah.
But this one, it just like as a little kid, you're like, oh my god, they switched places. Yeah. What are they gonna do? Oh no, they're being ripped apart. What's going on? It was so dramatic.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned I didn't like dramas so much.
Do you think the plot is too close to one movie with Parent Trap?
I mean, actually, no. I don't think it is. I think I understand the premise. Like, I think they more laid into like, the dad's going with another woman or whatever. Yeah. But this one is like just so wholesome.
It is.
But weren't they in a summer camp though? Or was it the orphanage? Or I don't know. I haven't watched it since I was 8.
I couldn't tell you, honestly. I gotta put it in. We should have watched this before we did a podcast episode on it.
What do you mean? I think that's what they could comment and tell us about their what are we getting wrong?
Yeah. Also,
could you tell us what we're getting wrong?
Also, if you look over your shoulder,
oh yeah,
our poster recreation of It Takes Two is right there. with our DAC Jam girl, Everett. She's on that one, and she did an awesome job of recreating that.
She looks a
She
lot
likes
like
that
him.
movie. She does look like, if she had a twin, she could be Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah,
But what are you thinking about them nowadays?
they're iconic.
Still?
They're just absolutely iconic.
They look a little scary to
Even
me.
if they look scary,
They
I
look a
mean,
little
you gotta
scary.
look. They built a multi-billion-dollar operation.
Don't get me wrong. They're billionaires. They're geniuses. They're great, but they are a little bit scary now. They used to be so cute and like, yeah.
I mean, but
When they were teenagers, like both of them,
they
could
went
get it.
down the path of being successful business ladies, and then
Were they
in
doing a
turn
lot of
we got-
coke? Do you think?
Ah,
And like other drugs?
I'd rather not talk about their drug addiction.
Did they have an addiction, like publicly?
Because
Because it looks like they did.
I will tell you about an incident off the show because I think it's very sensitive.
Oh no!
I'd rather not bring
Off
up.
the record.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
everyone
shit.
knows about it.
I
but
think
it's
I
just
know about it,
speculation.
but like
Yeah. I mean, that actor's death is a little
Danny?
sensitive. What?
Tanner?
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
who died?
Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah, what about him?
Mary Kate's somehow involved with that.
Oh
I just
With his
allegedly.
death?
Allegedly. I don't
my
know.
gosh! No, we got to talk about this.
I don't know. She's a really good friend, and so like I don't
Oh
think
my
she called
God.
like the cops soon enough or something like that. And I don't know all the permits, but like I just found that out a year ago. Isn't that insane?
Oh my god! I don't. The controversy's great. Let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Controversy from when we were in.
Oh.
I was in 3rd grade, and what you were in 1st grade.
What year did he die? 2009.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Joker came out probably around 2009, or Dark Knight with Heath Ledger,
Yeah, I've never.
and that
seen
was
Dark
like his
Knight.
last. Really?
Yeah,
It was
it's
his
just-
last thing.
I'm not into.
Great performance.
I'm not into that type.
Honestly,
of
that movie
cinema.
I feel like is. It felt different than like your normal superhero film, which is why I think I liked the
Really?
Dark Knight.
Joker curse.
Yeah,
Do you know much about that? Because I don't.
not
I've always
a
heard of it.
lot. I mean, the thing with the Joker is it's such an iconic, crazy character that for whatever reason they choose all of these actors who do so much method acting
Yeah.
that like when they play the Joker, they literally go cray cray. So
Yeah.
like it's funny watching that, and I don't know if they choose those characters because of the extent that they go to when playing those characters, but like
Yeah.
I mean Jared Leto, method actor, wouldn't talk to anyone like as himself.
Anne Hathaway did a TV show with him. Highly suggest the TV show on Apple Plus called We Space.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh, it's probably one of the best shows if they don't win awards during award season.
Well,
like,
Emmys already happened. I don't think they won anything.
I know, and it's so devastating because like Anne Hathaway said he got so into method acting.
I believe it.
When she met him after, like when they were doing promos, she said totally different person. Like became her best friend, was a totally different person.
That's wild.
And I was like, yep, makes total and utter sense.
That's what I've heard about him though, because he was in that one movie with Rami Malek is in it, and who's the other guy? They're like detectives, and he plays like kind of like the suspect for a murder.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
Came out
about. I
on
haven't seen
streaming
it.
on
Yeah.
like HBO or something like
Yeah.
right away. But yeah, I mean, he's a scary one. Heath Ledger, he was a method actor, and then you've got Joaquin Phoenix, who
Straight out method actor.
100%. He's
Yeah.
talked about it in interviews before, where he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I method act or whatever," and he gets a little defensive when people are like, "Isn't it scary being a method actor?" But yeah, no, it's really interesting. We got way off topic there, but
we did. We went from Mary Kate and Ashley to the
so she
Joker.
was with him when he died, huh?
No, not with them.
Oh.
Just was friends.
Hmm.
There was other stuff. I'd rather not get into it. I have respect for the Olsen twins too much.
Oh, I don't. They're doing drugs for sure. Have
No,
you
they're
seen them?
not.
They look like they're on crack.
I think they're just chain smokers.
Yeah, that would make sense, honestly. I
Yeah.
could see Mary Kate and Ashley both just puff puff pass, you know?
I just don't know.
They're definitely smoking weed.
Well, I don't know.
They need it to just chillax, you know? They stay out of the public eye. Wonder why? Because they're at deep, dark clubs.
They're very controversial.
Snorting the coke. The booger sugar.
Why does this come up in everything we do?
Because actors are crazy. They're all doing it. Hollywood's whack. I love it. I can't wait to not get a job in Hollywood ever in my life because of this.
We just talk shit about everyone. Every single person. That's not our intention. I have like so much respect for them.
I do too. They're great. Just
I wonder how much stuff is like 80% false.
Crack is whack.
I wonder if like so much stuff we hear and like publicity is false, or like how much like rumors get taken out of like context. Like if someone hears 10% of something and then like 90% of it's like completely and utterly false.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I'll click into the gossip site. No problem.
I mean, I'll still read it, but if like 80 people are publishing these things and then they don't come out and like say something.
Well,
I'm a little
Betty White died 10 times before she actually died. So that's the problem.
But she debunked that by saying, hey guys, not dead.
Until she was dead.
And then she was, and she couldn't come back and say, hey guys.
So tragic.
Yeah. R.I.P. Anyway. Jesus. So, I can pull out mine, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Can't open drawer.
We need to figure out a better solution.
This is great, though.
It's a work in progress.
So, this is like my childhood favorite movie.
Yeah.
This also could go under if we did like Disney favorite movie, so I might have made a mistake here, but it's fine.
We can do that. We can just bring it back around.
I'll just bring a different one.
I mean, we went from Take Two to Jared Leto.
Yeah. We're playing like the game. Have you ever played the what is it called? The movie game or something like that, where you pick like an actor, a movie, and then you have to pick another actor within that movie.
No,
and
but
then
we're gonna play that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna play it on an episode. It's great. I'll look at the rules to make sure I'm playing it right. But yeah. Anyways, the movie I've picked this
Your
movie.
Midwestern's coming out.
The movie I have chosen is Aladdin, the OG Aladdin. I love this movie for a lot of reasons. One, it's got Robin Williams. Two, as a kid, I just loved the music, the story, like all of it. I was just like swept away by it as a kid.
Enthralled.
Just completely just invested in this storyline. And I mean, still to this day, I can watch this movie and it holds up for me. And then they came out with the live action. And
I was just going to say, what did you think of the live action?
It's like fine.
It's okay.
I met Mina Masood, who played Aladdin in the live action Aladdin. And he's a cool dude. He was like talking a lot of smack though in the press. Did you hear about this?
No, but the film student just bringing up all the celebs he's met.
Oh yeah, name drop them.
Name drop them.
We got to give us some street cred, right?
You should name drop a lot of people. He's met quite a few celebs and does have background stories.
God, I'm gonna get canceled.
But that's how people pop off on TikTok nowadays.
Just calling out the celebs.
We gotta get some clout somehow.
First, I'd like to say Mina Masood was very sweet in person, and he was like super easy to talk to, so that was cool. But no, he was in the tabloids because he was talking about how he wasn't getting any roles after Aladdin, and he was super pissed. He's like, I'm like blacklisted by Hollywood, because I played Aladdin, and I think he finally did get a role. I think they're going to be doing a sequel to Aladdin that doesn't follow the original movies. So it's like a separate one.
There was Aladdin 2, right?
Yeah, there was like 3 Aladdins, I think. There was Return of Jafar, and then we've got it right there, King of Thieves. But yeah, no, it's going to be a completely separate movie based off of the first live action one, but weird. I don't know. I was excited about the live action film before it came out. I was like, okay, this is my favorite Disney movie. I'm scared they're going to mess it up, but I'm excited to see what they do.
Can you guess my favorite Disney movie? Come on, film person.
Like a classic Disney?
Yeah,
like
it's
cartoon?
classic. I don't...
Is it a cartoon?
No. It's movie.
Well, cartoons are movies too.
Oh,
like
I
animated?
guess so. I don't know. I didn't go to film school.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's a animated movie.
Okay. Snow White?
No.
Bambi?
No. God, not Bambi.
I don't know. I feel like you would like the sad one.
I would.
Because you like the... What is that one? The prince...
it's
the
very
Christmas
obvious.
one that you like.
Oh, Little Princess.
Yeah. Like, what is it?
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
That
Why?
was my favorite movie. I would watch it over and over and over. And when that live action came out, I will say that's probably one of the best live action.
There's so many. Cinderella.
Cinderella with Lily James.
Okay. Yep.
I don't care what anyone says about Lily James. Phenomenal actress.
Oh, yeah. She put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
She just told you.
Phenomenal actress.
Yeah, no. Will Smith, though, in Aladdin. Live action.
How was it?
Did you watch the live action?
No, because you know what? I don't really care for Aladdin.
You don't like Aladdin?
No.
Oh,
so I have a fine line between, like, to me, Disney movies back in the day, well, when you're 3, it is like horror movies. I mean,
there's like one scene in Aladdin that's scary, and
but
it's when he gets trapped in the cave.
When you have a bad guy, everything was bad. Snow White's stepmother, Cinderella's stepmother, Aurora. Crazy witch stepmother. I don't know. They all just get to you.
I'm just glad I don't have a stepmother. That's what Disney taught me. You don't want a stepmother.
Yeah, what's up with stepmothers?
I don't know. Yeah, so Aladdin scared you?
I mean, Jafar.
Jafar is a scary guy.
I mean, they truly make every single evil character so maleficent.
Yeah.
The stepmother.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are so evil looking, but as a child, Disney didn't really think that traumatizes a kid.
But it does.
It like Frozen.
Yeah.
No one's bad in that. Like, I think they've
they made Elsa like the villain, quote quote. Plus you got the one guy. What's his name? I don't know his name.
Oh, well, what is it? Hans? Is that Hans?
Hans?
I don't know.
I don't know either. No. One thing about Jafar though is I went to Aladdin on Broadway as well. So I saw the musical on Broadway, and the guy who plays Jafar in the movie, what's his name? Let's see. Will it say it? Maybe, if we're lucky. Oh God, this is gonna bug me. No, it doesn't say it, I don't think.
What? No Jafar, no props?
No, they just say his name. Disney? They don't say the actor. Those jerks. Anyways, but no, the guy who played Jafar in the movie was actually playing Jafar on Broadway when I saw the show. And I think it was like his last year playing Jafar on Broadway. Oh no.
Oh.
How are the people going to know? This is how they know that we have real set pieces. This is legit from the whatever year this TV was made.
When we do our Halloween episode, yes, we are doing a Halloween episode.
Oh.
I'll tell you about...
I see dead people or like they're here.
Well, yeah. But I mean, dead people.
Yeah.
Of course, but there's of course of the dead people. That's why I kept my TV on.
Oh, okay. Save this.
Yeah.
We're going to just remember that. No, but Jafar, the actor was actually there on Broadway on stage. I got to see him play Jafar. Coolest experience ever. Like, because his voice, like, growing up watching Aladdin, obviously on repeat, like, I knew the guy's voice. So, like, he gets up on stage and just so cool. And that's a really fun musical, too, which I love because it's my favorite movie. So, like, if it was a crap Broadway musical, I'd be like, you're canceled. You're done. Game over. Get out of here. Get off Broadway.
Yeah.
But no, it was really good. They won a lot of Tonys, too. But no, I love that movie. Robin Williams. Do you like Robin?
Yes. Iconic.
I mean, Robin, I could go on a whole podcast talking about Robin.
Smile.
He does. Even in his dramatic roles, I'm like, Robin. He's such a guy.
Such a good...
He's like Michael Jackson, Robin Williams. Those are my top 2. And they're both R.I.P.
Yeah. You got a sad life of celebrities.
Well, yeah, here's the deal. There's nothing good in this world anymore.
Obviously.
I'm fine. I almost went down there.
How many times do we choke on popcorn?
It's been me the whole time. Like, you're like, I'm going to choke on popcorn. Here I am. I can't stop eating it. I'm inhaling.
You know me. I'm just known to like choke on thin air. So
fall upstairs. And
yeah. I'm accident prone. If something's going to happen.
Oh, that's great. No, I loved Aladdin growing up. Still love it to this day. I could put it on probably anytime. I don't put it on as much as I would expect me to, but anytime it's on or I put it on, I'm like just completely 100% invested in the story, even though I know exactly what's going to happen. Feels like the first time every time. I love it. And that's an animated movie. And for some reason, I don't think I'm like much of a, well, I mean, you can't go wrong with old school Disney animated movies, but I had my freshman year of college, like all of my roommates were animators or illustrators. So, I mean, they would talk about animated movies all the time. I have a friend, my freshman roommate actually was an animator on Encanto.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I watched Encanto and dark themes. Pretty dark themes.
Yeah.
I've been sitting there watching it and I'm so I don't have children, obviously.
No?
No.
Me either.
A very scary thought if Alexa has children. Now, has my mom asked a medium if I'm ever going to have children in the future? Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
That could be a whole other podcast, just Alexa and mediums.
Yeah, it probably is. It's a common topic in the office.
Great.
But apparently I will have children sometime in the future. But I like text my cousin. I'm like, has you and your daughter watched this? Have you and your son watched this or anything like that? And I'm like, Encanto, dark themes. And she's like, oh yeah. Like the grandmother being the like underlying like paternal, like maternal issues in that family. I'm like, yeah. Like that struck's deep.
It's very deep.
You can relate to that movie like in your soul as an adult. And the kids are just singing along.
Very deep.
Just singing along. And you're like,
do you think those themes have always been there in Disney movies, but because now that we're like adults and we're watching these new Disney movies?
Yes, but in different ways, not psychological.
Yeah.
Like, tapping into,
which is valid. But I feel like watching some of these Disney and like other classic kids films now, like I do pick up on a lot of it, but I think I shut that part of my brain off sometimes when I'm watching these movies because I'm like, there's no underlying theme. It's just a great time. Here I go.
You think little Alexa hated Disney movies? Like, that was nightmarish to me. I picked up on those themes when I was really young because I knew, like, oh, stepmother hated her. Ugh. Back to the stepmother. Like, Bambi's mother died. Oh like, God. Lion King, his...
yeah, if you haven't seen Lion King yet, the dad dies.
Yeah. Mufasa, is that the dad?
And now it's a trend on TikTok to like film your kids watching for the first time, watching Mufasa die. And it's like,
so sad.
This is the hardest part of being a parent, but I'm going to record it.
It's so
And the kids,
sad.
like there was one recently and the little girl was like, oh, he's going to go help his daddy. He's like, why isn't he moving? And I'm like, oh my God. It's because Scar killed him. That's why he's not moving. A stampede ran over that lion.
Like, I've got tears. See, I picked up on those things when I was little. So I would I'd pick up on them and then I'd just start to cry. And I had to shut them off.
You shut the feelings off?
I did. I gotta shut the feelings off.
Movies are like the one time that I really let the feelings just go. Really? I just let them run. I'll cry throughout an entire film. I don't even care. I'm like, oh my God. It could be the worst movie ever made and I'll still probably cry at least once.
That's why you're a Pisces and I'm an Aquarius.
It makes sense. There's your podcast. There's your next podcast.
I'm reading your star signs.
The signs in Alexa. Alexa and the sign. Alexa and the stars. I don't know. We'll come up with it. No, I mean, I loved Aladdin. It Takes Two is a great one. Not my favorite Mary-Kate and Ashley. Not gonna lie.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's the most iconic, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. I mean, you can ask anyone if they've seen. Oh, that's a good one.
And I don't know why, because you don't think it would. It's the most underrated Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, I think. Billboard Dad. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but love it.
Yeah, it's
absolutely
a great movie.
Love it.
It's a great movie.
I don't know why. I haven't watched it since I was like 8.
Oh.
I don't know, but I remember like when I was 8, this is iconic.
That's wild. You're going to go and like watch it now.
I have to
now
watch
that
it.
You're thinking about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch it. It Takes Two again too, because it's probably been like a solid 10 plus years.
I know. It's kind of sad because there's so much new content that comes out. You forget to go watch the old content. Except your staple movies.
I'm like almost the opposite. I'm really bad about watching newer stuff unless it's like major. Like if it's a huge release, everybody's talking about it, I'll go watch it. If it's a movie that like I'm excited for, like Top Gun, you know, I loved the first one, so I was like excited for it. Mm-hmm. But I very much so will watch movies I've seen 50 times. I mean, I remember the first time I watched Ferris Bueller. It was the only movie I watched for literally a year. You know, I would put it on all the time.
You know when I first watched Ferris Bueller?
What? What?
What do you do your senior year? Or senior hip
That
day?
was the first time?
The first time. I'm really bad with old movies.
Like, I think that's the first time for a lot of people, though, when they play it, like, for our senior hip day.
Yeah, I couldn't skip. We had senior hip day.
Yeah, no, I was in charge of making sure that event happened. And honestly, I would have just... Yeah. I was really cool and popular in high school, actually.
I was the girl no one knew.
Oh.
I was at an event recently for work, and these people are coming up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, are you Alexa?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We went to school together." And I'm like, "We did. Oh my God.
How are you
doing?" They're like, "Great. How are you doing?" You know, just working. It's all good. And they're like, "Yeah, so, and I'm like, "It's going great." And I'm like, "No idea who you are." And I'm so sorry. I'm texting my high school best friend. I'm like, "Don't know who these people are." And they know a lot about me.
Oh.
They know a whole lot about me.
But you do share one thing.
What?
You watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off in high school together. So
we did that. We watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No.
I don't know. Maybe they skipped that day.
Maybe. Senior skip day, hip
did.
day. Yeah. No, I mean, I watch a lot of older movies over and over again. But there's also a lot of older movies that I haven't seen that I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't seen this yet. And then, of course, I try to watch as many of the newer releases as possible. Streaming makes that a little easier.
I bet you there's a lot of movies I haven't watched, older movies.
Like yeah.
There's been a lot that you've actually thrown at me, and I'm like, never seen it.
Never heard of this in my life.
Now, any new movies, I love to watch new releases. Yeah. But, you know, it's strange, new releases on streaming. I don't like them when they've been out for a while and it's like the new thing. I have a really hard time getting into it.
Really?
Extremely hard time getting in.
So, like, if they're new releases, but they've been out for a minute or, like, right away?
They've been out for a minute. Like
okay.
Bird Box. Is that
what? Oh, yeah.
Like, I was about to watch it and it was like the date came out and I just, like, something happened so I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, what's that?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy.
It was like 2 weeks later, I'm about to watch it, but it was on everything. So then I was like,
It was really, that was one of the bigger streaming releases of that year. Especially, like, it's funny how that happened because then we were like, pandemic hit like a year after or whatever. And, you know, we can't look at anything.
I mean,
because we don't want to.
What are you streaming nowadays?
Oh, today's streaming. The most recent thing I've probably streamed that's new is Dahmer on Netflix. It's like big right now. That's like huge. And I got it just before I was like, I'm never going to watch this, you know, because there are, like you said, there are a lot of streaming shows where I will watch them and then like,
Dahmer might be one for me.
There's a few that like they came out and I'm like, oh, I might want to watch that. And then I never watch them. But Dahmer, I did get on top of and I did watch. It was a long watch for me though. Usually I can binge those shows in like a couple days, a day or two, whatever. Dahmer took me like 2 weeks to finish.
I just read an article that Dahmer is now #1 in streaming.
Of all time?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I believe it.
I didn't get to finish the whole article. I was literally just reading it before
I believe it. It was
hopped on this podcast.
It was getting big numbers on Netflix.
I know. Ryan Murphy, he's just phenomenal.
He's a great writer.
It's just, I I can't get through it. I'm on episode 3. Like, can people give me reasons to get through it?
I'll give you this reason. The man who created Glee created a show about a serial killer. It's fantastic.
That often, okay?
He does do it often.
Wait, what's his name? Were you telling me about?
Evan Peters?
Yeah, Evan Peters. What
Yeah.
did you say about him?
I saw a meme and it was like, Ryan Murphy will not sleep until Evan Peters has played every horrible person ever in the world.
I mean, it's phenomenal.
Evan Peters is a great, well-rounded actor, though. He's underrated, in my opinion.
So versatile. And
Yeah.
I think that's why he sticks with Ryan Murphy, because Ryan Murphy gives him the
Great roles.
Great roles in the depth of the emotion to like, immerse yourself into an actor. Like, he doesn't even need to become a method actor.
No.
He gets such great context
Yeah.
behind it. Like, it's everything so well written.
100%.
And you know it's going to be a hit.
And it's funny, I just actually started rewatching American Horror Story Murder House, the first season.
Oh,
And
I'm so ready to start that.
Oh, I honestly haven't watched it since the first time I watched it.
Really?
So it's been a minute, and I'm watching this now after watching Dahmer, after seeing Evan Peters in things like X-Men and other things, and he's just such a great actor in each character he plays. Like, you feel for him in every, like, even in Dahmer, I should not be feeling for Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, screw you, first of all, you piece of shit. Like,
I think that's the problem I have, because like the emotional dexterity from like you're like, oh, I have so much sympathy, to like almost like my skin's crawling. My skin is actually crawling right now with this guy, and like so much sympathy. Like, what's the dad's name who plays him? Like, phenomenal actor. Why can't I
can't think of his name. I know exactly who you're talking
about. We really need to know their names. Why don't we both just look them up?
Yeah. Dumb.
IMDb.
Yep, IMDb. We need a sponsor from IMDb.
We do.
I have an IMDb page, but I don't know if Richard Jenkins.
You have an IMDb page?
I don't know if there's anything on there.
What's his name?
Richard Jenkins.
Is he who I think he is?
He was in Step Brothers.
Yes.
He was in Nightmare Alley, that new movie with
no,
Bradley
Step
Cooper.
Brothers, that was the one.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of big movies, actually. He's a great actor.
He is phenomenal. But time to turn back on our TV. This one doesn't last like my childhood one. My childhood one would last me through the night.
No, but Jeffrey. Well, what was his name?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, Jenkins. What was his first name?
Shit, you looked him up.
I know, I forgot. Whatever.
I mean, at best, like such a great actor, and to like be the father in like that much emotion, like to be a side character, he needs to win some awards.
You know who was in that movie?
Who?
Molly Ringwald.
No.
80s queen Molly Ringwald plays Jeffrey Dahmer's stepmom in Dahmer.
I haven't got to that part.
She came on and I go, no freaking way. I'm like looking at her and I'm like, no. My mind's playing with me. Like, that's not her. I could hear the voice and I could see it in like her eyes, and I'm like,
I'm shocked.
I'm like, there's no way. So I go on my trusty friend IMDb. Sure as shit, it's Molly Ringwald.
No.
Yeah.
No. What's up with Molly not like sticking to anything? Like, why is she like in and out of shows?
Molly wants to do what Molly wants.
I know, and I have so much respect for her for that. Like, she's an actress that's like, I'll do whatever I want. She got done with American Teenager, whatever.
Yeah.
And was like, nah, I'm not making that mistake again.
No, and honestly, she's in all these movies that kind of pay homage to like 80s like teen flicks. Like, she's always playing the mom now, which is funny, but no, when I saw her and I knew it was her, I was like, oh my God, and I couldn't stop. Like, after I knew, while watching, I'm like, that's Molly Ringwald. What's she doing? Tell Jeffrey to go suck a fat one, because he's a terrible person. What? But no, she plays the, stepmom that's not a terrible person. She's actually a really good stepmom. Too nice to Jeffrey. Really? Too nice, yeah. You murder someone, usually you're not like there for them, I feel like.
Crazy.
Yeah, if I was related to a serial killer, I don't think I'd react the way Jeffrey's family reacted.
My parents didn't live too far from Jeffrey Dahmer.
No way.
I think Milwaukee's like only an hour Hour and a half.
You know what's creepy?
From where my parents grew up. Yeah.
That's creepy, first of all. But
I mean, he was in the vicinity. Like,
that's terrifying.
I mean, I think my parents went to Milwaukee quite a bit, but
Jeffrey.
they were younger. My
So,
dad wouldn't be. My dad would probably be around Jeff's age. I don't know. When was Jeffrey born?
Oh my gosh. Jeffrey was...
Does it say?
I don't remember what year.
My dad went to...
He was like a teen in like the late 70s, I feel like.
Oh, my dad graduated
Mid
in
to late.
1983. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what year Jeff graduated. But speaking of like Evan Peters and his acting skills as Jeffrey Dahmer, recently Netflix released the Jeffrey Dahmer tapes.
Yeah.
So this is similar to like the other series that they've done, the limited series with like other serial killers. Ted Bundy, I think they have the Ted Bundy tapes.
Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy tapes.
Oh, I don't like John Wayne Gacy. That one.
Oh, and he's in Dahmer.
I heard that, and like, there's a thing that they never actually cross paths. Like,
Yeah.
they're interrelated, but
And it's funny because
Why?
Dahmer says
yes.
something like he doesn't understand why John Wayne Gacy is able to get the death penalty, but he can't. Like, there's like a whole thing. It's a lot.
I want the death penalty. I've killed this many people, and I want to be killed.
No,
Let's
but
do it.
The tapes series didn't come out on Netflix until after I had already finished watching the Dahmer series. So this just dropped like not that long ago, and watching the docu-series with his actual voice in him, thinking of Evan Peters playing him, it is
Weird paradox.
like uncanny how much he sounds like Jeffrey Dahmer. It's creepy.
Really?
Like, if you listen to Dahmer's voice on those tapes and you listen to Evan Peters playing Jeffrey Dahmer, terrifying. I will never not see. But also, it's funny, Ross Lynch. Did you ever watch My Friend Dahmer?
That one.
Yeah.
How's that comparable?
I think it's very well done. This one's much more graphic, much more in detail.
Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped.
Yeah, much more in detail. But
first episode went on, and I'm like,
but it's weird looking at.
Ew, like I'm like.
It's weird looking at Evan Peters playing him though, because I'm looking at Evan Peters and I'm like, oh my god, he looks like Ross Lynch. Like, I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh, they look like Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, oh, he really looks like Ross Lynch there.
Right? I do
Like,
agree with you on that one.
Weird. But yeah, that's what I've been streaming recently. If you've watched it, there's lots of controversy about the show, about Jeffrey, obviously, but like about the show in general, that we're putting a spotlight on him. I don't know. It was quite
Condolences to all the victims, of course.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think about all these brands and businesses that are using memes from the show?
They're like exploiting all these killers.
Yeah, and I mean Dahmer especially, because there's like the one where he's like by the TV and he's like, I said you can leave after we finish watching whatever, or I don't know. There were a few that I saw that a brand posted. There was one Vegas place that posted something, and I was like, what is going on?
I feel like you need to get approval from the victims.
Yeah.
Families, if you're gonna like ever showcase.
Yeah.
Like their actual names in it. Because I understand it's like records and stuff like that, but it's so insensitive, especially how these people die.
And they're not getting any money from like Netflix for
I understand
the show. Like,
and it's also like, it's just so insensitive.
And I feel like Ryan Murphy is really good about like not crossing that line.
I was gonna say, I think so, and I assume there's other stuff where it has been crossed in some ways. I know when the Giovanni.
Yep.
Some stuff was crossed with that victim.
Yeah.
Like some victims weren't happy. But God, it's such a fine line.
Ryan Murphy is interesting to me because he is such a great writer and finds like these stories that haven't been told yet that are very good.
And they're pretty prominent stories that you think would be told.
Right?
I mean, a Dahmer was told, but in like...
Not in this way. Oh, I'm allergic to Jeffrey Dahmer. Keep him away. Keep him far away. Anyway, no, I mean, Ryan Murphy is an interesting guy, and he is a great storyteller. I'll give him that. He's kept people held on to American Horror Story for what, 10 seasons, 12 seasons?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I
But what are you watching currently on streaming, or what have you recently watched that you
I'm
recommend?
watching House of Dragons recently, but you won't start that until the whole season's
I don't know if I want to talk about that.
So we can't talk about
because
it.
that's
but
like a spoiler one.
I
that
will
I'm
say
like,
there's one scene where Damon went and like I went, yes.
oh my gosh.
And you know, I don't like condone murder in shows, but in that moment when Damon would
I feel
I
like
was
that's
like,
the one
yes.
time you can condone
and there
it
was
is in
memes
shows.
where like he like protects his wife, he protects his family, he protects everything. He is like number one on my team.
Oh.
Like if I ever needed someone to come like slaughter someone with me, I'd get Damon from House of Dragons.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So like you're really missing out though, because we just saw The King recently, and I'm thoroughly traumatized by what they did to him. And I think we need to do a full podcast about like Game of Thrones and like
definitely.
House of Dragons.
We can definitely do that.
I mean, I think
I'll binge watch House of Dragon. It's got to be almost done, right?
It's almost done. Like I
Yeah.
think there's a few episodes left, but when you see what I'm talking about, he's like he can keep his tongue. It's so phenomenal.
You're just dropping spoilers.
Well, it's not an actual spoiler. Like I didn't tell you exactly.
No, but now I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be waiting for them to say he can keep his tongue.
Look. You won't understand. You won't.
No, I don't understand
you
yet.
won't know when it's coming because I was like, oh.
My mother spoiled the red wedding for me. So
Did she? Oh my god.
And I was waiting for it because I'm like, the red wedding. Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh, there's murder and stuff at a wedding. Yeah, Mom. But it was still great to watch. It was still shocking.
So I'm watching that. We'll do a podcast for sure on
Game of Thrones. That's a whole episode, definitely.
Oh, I love I've never read the books.
Neither have I. My mom has, but
it's
I haven't.
Sad. Really? Is that why your mom spoiled it for you? Okay, I got it. But I watch Luckiest Woman Alive.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. Mila Kunis?
Yeah. I think it's called Luckiest Woman Alive.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I just want to double check and make
Luckiest
sure.
Girl Alive, Luckiest Woman, something like that.
Luckiest Girl Alive? Luckiest Girl Alive? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me double check. I want to make sure I get this right because this is actually one of the best like movies I've ever seen. Luckiest Girl Alive with Mila Kunis. Like, highly recommend it.
I watched the trailer this weekend, like yesterday.
Everything's so complex and so woven together, but Mila Kunis in it. It has Connie Britton in it.
Oh,
so like,
love her.
I mean, yeah,
great actress. Pisses me off that she leaves shows though. Like
she was phenomenal in it. Mila Kunis in it. I like can't even describe like the depths she went as an actress.
Really?
Like I can't put words together to describe like literally the complexity because it's about a school shooting, but at the same time the girl was raped by the people that were shot at the school. So like she has like walking a fine line. Like,
oh my god,
know?
that is not at all what I thought that movie was about.
I feel so bad for her.
From the trailer,
throughout
knew
the whole
nothing
movie.
about either of those things.
I know exactly. So you're like, it's a fine line. She's walking the whole movie because you're like, just vindicate them, throw them all under the bus, like tell them that they raped you, tell them that you did all this. We're gonna have to black this all out.
This is like a whole spoiler.
I'm sorry, no, but you get told, this, but
I'm sure when you watch the movie.
But at the end. I'm sorry.
I know nothing about this movie.
But that's the premise of the movie. Like, that's the premise. But as you're watching it, you're like, just throw him under the bus.
Oh.
And how she does it's so artistic. It's so good.
Okay, so I definitely have to watch this new Mila Kunis movie.
And it's just how she acts as the actress. Like, you would think she went method for this role.
Okay.
It's so good. Like, I can't even describe it.
Okay, so I'm going to watch this.
You think I just gave you spoilers? I didn't give you spoilers.
I feel like you gave me all the spoilers, but it's fine.
It's so in-depth.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that happened, like, you literally just throw them under the bus.
Oh.
And that's what you're wishing the whole time. And then she kind of discovers herself along the way.
Oh.
You know, that kind of happy ending.
Love that.
Yep. But it's actually much more complex. Like, it was just... It's one of those movies, like, I find lulls in movies.
Yeah.
I find that.
Yeah.
Never experienced a lull in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah. There's very few.
Well, I'll definitely watch that. And then I'll come back next episode and let you know what I think about that movie.
I will try to watch
Try to
Dahmer.
finish Dahmer. If you can't,
Try.
I get it. Not many can. But no, I think that's our first episode of Dakbuster podcast. I don't know. I feel like it went well. I'm excited to see what happens, what's to come. Mm-hmm. We've got a ton of movies to talk about, just in general, because there's millions that exist out there. So
TV, streaming, the debate between streaming and movie theaters.
Yeah,
I mean, we
the
could
fight.
go on
I
and
know
on.
a lot about that.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do.
I went to film school. She knows nothing.
I know everything.
She knows nothing, but knows everything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. Not like I'm like professionally trained. You're like, what's like street smart in like professionally trained?
Amateur?
Oh no, because it's
street smart.
We'll come up with something clever on that nature.
We do.
But until next time,
and just no one. I'm just the person you scream at Alexa at to play Despacito. That's who I am. I'm just that person.
There might be a Ryan Murphy series made about this one next to me. Who knows? Anyways.
The Alexa killer.
Anyways, until next time, be kind, rewind, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
You don't rewind. You're such a sick human.